You suddenly have all the money you'll ever want or need in your life. What's the first thing you do with your newfound wealth? Like most people said, I'd pay the debts of my parents and buy a stairlift, since my father is bound to the wheelchair most of the time. Also, the debt of our ex-neighbor. I didn't really know the guy before he moved away, but he was in a major accident and injured his back a few years ago. It's just a guy in his late 30s who never married his girlfriend because he couldn't afford it, because he can't work anymore. I know he had to get a loan about 2 years ago, and I guess he will never be able to pay it back. He was always nice to my dad, which not many people are. They don't want to put up with a disabled guy who isn't up for nonsense. I guess it's just a small sum and I wouldn't ever want him to know it was me, but I would like to lift a burden off someone I know has a hard time carrying it. Call in dead to work. Hello, good morning. This is John Doe. I can't come into work ever again. I died. Tell my wife so she can leave her job. *THANKS for the coins internet friends. We both work full time for the NHS in the UK and she ends up taking her work home with her. She's a good person and she feels guilty that she misses time with our children sometimes. She shouldn't. She's a terrific mum. Buy some nice land and build a house. I hear that. I'd buy a little house, 3-bedroom, and act like I'm paying rent. I'd continue to work and live life as normal. Only I'll be able to do so much more with my kids without worrying about money. I'd travel every summer. We'd go on weekend trips all the time. I'd hire someone to clean and cook so I can have my weekends. People may wonder where the money comes from. They don't need to know about my house cleaners and chef. I'd say I got a raise and my rent is super cheap because of HUD or something. Secure the future of my immediate family and work outward from there. Straight up. Fuck the money, I want to sleep please. Buy a private island really close to civilization. Build a cozy little home and raise some chickens. Go back to sleep. Relax about stressing over careers and money. Then buy canvases and paint. Go camping, just fucking love myself, share with family. My parents can retire. My parents dreamed for years about retiring and were a year away from it when my mum died of cancer January 2018. Went into hospital end of October 2017 and had died by 26 January 2018. My dad finally retired January 2019, but it isn't the same. Moral of the story: everything can be taken away in the blink of an eye. If you can make your parents comfortable and happy, you should do it. I know that's a pretty hard line, but I would give anything in the world to let my mum and dad spend their time not working and enjoying their lives together, but it was cruelly taken away before they could. The first 2 answers I read were about getting away from people. It's nice to see someone using their hypothetical wealth for other people. I just want a home tucked away in the woods on a creek I can fish would be nice. Go to a dentist and a doctor. Edit. To satiate the curiosity of many people here, I'm going to say I'm from South America, living in a first world country, not USA, and I don't see country X or Y as the problem. The thing is, when you have big corporations with enough money to bribe lawmakers, it gets to a point where sodas that ruin your teeth are cheaper than water. It gets to a point where insurance companies make it not worth for you to fight for your rights in court. And after they settle in country X, the next step is moving to country Y. Let that sink in and stop voting for the old dogs in your backyard politics. We all live in the same rock floating in space. Good point. I have a good job, but I can't afford the $20k plus in dental work I need. Dental insurance sucks in the US. Yep, haven't been in over 18 years. Gonna fap cause I need post-nut clarity to not do stupid shit. Go to Whataburger and get some grub. Can't make life-altering decisions on an empty stomach. Rent a home chef to eat so healthy my body goes into shock. Pay off the debt of everyone I know. 2. I'd make sure my mother gets a nice place to live. Edit. My first gold. Thank you, stranger. I get away from my family and try to find a good psychiatrist and therapist to finally be mentally healthy. I have a very painful disease which can greatly benefit from a certain type of liposuction. Wow. But between lipo usually being cosmetic and the fact that none of the doctors around me do that type, I can't get it covered by insurance. So, that I would buy my mom her dream car and the incest stable there is in Sweden. Edit. OMG, no, what have I done? I the nicest stable in Sweden. Edit. Thank you, kind stranger, and annoying autocorrect for my first gold. So many awards, thank you. Edit 3. My mom is right next to me in the car laughing right now. Surprise friends with stupidly excessive gifts. Like, come on. Haven't you always wanted to see someone you know react to winning the lottery or being gifted a free car or something ridiculous like that? Now you get to do it with everyone you know. I don't know anyone who would pass that up if they had the ability to do so. Get a PS4. It might be common to have it for most of the people, but I have always seen it as a luxury that we just can't afford yet. Spend infinity dollars funding research into making me immortal. And the good kind of immortality too, with hookers and blackjack. Not the shitty kind, because I ain't carting around in no headless body of a new. Move my dad back to his childhood home and set him up to retire. He's been working himself to death for me and my siblings my entire life. It's the first thing I'll do when I have any money at all.